Prime-time local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Fair fever remains in the air on Colonial Days as, fortunately, we've been blessed with pretty good weather thus far. Fingers crossed. In case things change, Josh Ryan, Abby St. John for another show on Primetime Local News, and plenty of entertainment as well as a look at some of the rides that were down today. So neither of us have actually seen this footage. We're both looking forward to this.
Apparently it's super funny and really enjoyable to watch, so I'm really excited for it. And
it's going to take a lot to obviously to top Brett Holden from last year. We'll see if we can do that. Of course, let's head out to Eric Bay.
All right. Thanks, guys. We are out here now on the Midway, back here again for day 2 of our Colonial Days coverage. And now, again, I did mention we are here on the Midway, but there's tons of stuff to do down here, both inside and out, and we'll be checking all of those out throughout here today. And another theme of today is also animals, so we're going to have more on some of those shows you can check out. There is that petting zoo, and there will also be a raptor show coming up as well. And again, some extreme dogs and tons of different stuff again to check out here over the next few days while we're out here. So we're going to have all that and more coming out throughout the show, but first we're going to go back to the studio where Abby will have a look at your local news.
Thanks, Eric. Well, whether you are a morning person or not, a warm breakfast could be exactly what you need to start your day right off for Colonial Days. City Council welcomed early morning risers to their annual pancake breakfast at City Hall today. Our Tegan Gieselbrecht reports.
I just feel like it's a great place to live with children because there's so many things for families to do, and for a free breakfast to start our day off is awesome.
This morning marked the 19th annual Pancake Breakfast at City Hall, celebrating the start of Colonial Days. Hundreds of people came out to indulge on pancakes, sausages, juice, and coffee.
This is a great thing. The community is so excited for Colonial Days every single year, and this is just something that we do in conjunction with Diamond 7 Meats and the Lloyd X to try and add a little more excitement. As you can see from the beginning this morning right till now, the lineups have been pretty substantial all the way through, so it's great to see everybody coming out, having a chance to meet their city council and have a free breakfast. All good.
The breakfast was an opportunity for the members of the community to meet their representatives at City Hall.
Oh, it's really nice to be able to see and reconnect with him in a different way. This, at an event like this is really neat, and to see the councillors you hear about and read about in the paper and stuff in person is awesome too.
The morning meal also served as an opportunity for citizens to voice their concerns to open ears, with Mayor Alberts and MLA Colleen Young.
Well, I think it builds a little bit of community. Each and every time we gather together, we've got councillors, we've got administration, we've got members of the RCMP, and then our MLA for the Saskatchewan sides here. So it gives us the opportunity to chat with people, say hello. Some people have praised us, some people have had concerns about roads, and that's fair enough. And that's why we want to make sure we have the opportunity to get out with people and have that chance.
I think it's awesome. We are their representatives, we are their advocates and their voices within each of our different levels of government. So I think it's really important for us to get out and meet the public and converse with them and just enjoy the day and find out what's going on in their lives, as well as things that may be of a concern to them.
Many people seem to enjoy this year's pancake breakfast. However, some parts are made better depending on who's doing the flipping, according to Councillor Buckingham.
You know what? It depends who's on the grill. Don't tell the mayor that I said his pancakes are kind of iffy, but the rest pretty good.
Tegan Gieselbrecht, Primetime Local News.
The bet is on and the dues are being made. Mayor Albers and Drumheller's Mayor Heather Kohlberg placed a bet back in 2017 to find out whose city is the most Rough Rider friendly. Since Lloyd won the bet in 2018, Mayor Kohlberg is now paying her debts.
Well, we were going to put her to work. So yesterday, as a matter of fact, we had the opportunity to get her on the street sweeper. She cleaned up from the parade, at the tail end of the parade. She was the last float in the parade. And then we had the opportunity to showcase our city.
And you guys got an incredible town. You should be so proud of what you have. The spirit is so positive and everybody's so kind. And I got to go see the Harley shop and just so much. It was incredible. And then I had an amazing barbecue last night. And then I had a little plaque that said I paid my bet. So yeah, it's been so much fun.
The dueling duo have gotten together to call a truce while breaking bread in the form of pancakes.
The mayor was kind enough to come good on the wager, and we hadn't met before. We talked by email and by phone, and she was kind enough to make the trip, so we were glad to have her.
No, it's been, like I say, it's been a wonderful experience, and everybody's been so kind, and I just can't thank you enough for that.
Well, you're very welcome,
Wonderful
and
experience.
thank you for joining us, and thanks for riding the sweeper yesterday, and thanks for being here today and mixing with our community.
The pair plan on having bets in the future, but the challenge is settled for now. Day 2 of Colonial Days was in full swing today, and one vital part of Colonial Days is the rides. Our Jasmine King headed down to the fair to see which are the best rides this year.
Hey guys, Jasmine King here with Primetime Local News, and today we are at Day 2 of Colonial Days, and we're going to be testing out some of the rides that are available here, so I'm excited to see what's to come. Our first stop was the Sizzler, where I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen, but I was eager to find out. Up next was the Swings, a classic ride but with a twist as it was high up in the air. This is so high up, oh my god. One ride that I had heard a lot about was the Zipper, but since I'm not the best with the crazy rides, our Josh Park decided he wanted to give it a try.
I'm a little bit freaked out already. Holy cow. Whoa! Oh, Jasmine, why did I have to do this?
Next up, we wanted to get back into the more tamer rides, so we took up the Hulk. One thing for coming to an end. Day 2 of Colonial Days for us, where we got to try out a bunch of different rides, and I was pretty excited and scared about some of them, but it's not scary according to that guy, but it was for me. But it looks like that's going to be it for today, and we're going to play some games tomorrow, so hopefully we can win some prizes.
Due to overcrowding, the Lloydminster SPCA is offering a Colonial Days adoption sale this weekend. Starting July 12th to the 15th, the SPCA is setting the adoption fee for adult cats at $25.
We decided to lower the adoption prices just simply because we are becoming overcrowded. So, you know, some of our cats have been here for quite some time, so it's time for them to go home.
The $25 adoption fee is only for adult cats, as they hadn't had any issue with kitten adoptions.
Kind of, you know, they're kind of all lonely not getting adopted, so and they're sticking around a little bit longer.
There are about 20 cats available for the $25 fee this weekend. Now we're going to Eric Bay, who's live on location.
Once again, we are back here now for Day 2 of our Colonial Days coverage, and I'm joined now by Chicken John here of Chicken John's Petting Zoo. Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do have here going on here throughout the Colonial Days?
Well, what you see behind me, the kids are coming in right now. So we bring all kinds of little animals, and it's a petting zoo. There's lots of zoos around, but this is hands-on, right? So they come in and they pick up something and sit down and pet it and leave again, and so that's what we've been doing for a long time.
Oops, sorry.
Okay. No, I was going to say this petting zoo has been going since 1980, so quite a while.
Very impressive for sure. Now, yeah, you mentioned that interactive experience, getting to pet those animals. So can you tell us a little bit about some of those animals you do have here?
Well, we have ducks and chickens and well, I'm known as Chicken John, but that's not because I show chickens. So that's how it all started. So that's why they call me Chicken John's Petting Zoo. But we have pigs, we have horses, we have donkeys, cows, everything. But not here today, no cows today. But anyway, I don't know what, of course now all of a sudden all the animals are taken for all the kids. So. But right behind you, there's a girl holding a rabbit, and I don't know. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, very popular with the kids for sure. Well, thank you for doing this and have fun the rest of the way.
All right, thank you for having us.
All right, we're going to have some more from back here at Colonial Days, but first we are going to go back into the studio.
Feel a little bit cheated there. I'd like to see that rabbit the little girl was holding. Right now we have 19 in the border city with a fair amount of sunlight coming in between wisps of cloud. Definitely an improvement on what the forecast was heading into today. We were expecting heavy set cloud cover and maybe some showers. Instead, largely a nice afternoon, maybe a bit below seasonal average in terms of temperature, but definitely an improvement on what was expected. 36 was the record back in 2002. We're nowhere near that, unfortunately, but we're still better than the 1993's +4. Winds obviously bringing the degrees down a couple. West-northwest out of west-northwest temperatures there, 19 kilometers per hour. Again, not ideal, but certainly better than what was expected heading into Thursday. Fair amount of cloud cover coming from the west, still expected over the next day or so, but some of it has veered off to the south, and as you can see here, just wisps of cloud largely rather than the low pressure system expected. So again, maybe not full cloud cover and maybe not those thunder showers that we were warned about heading into the weekend. Vegreville, Vermilion both sitting at 19 degrees each, Edmonton at 20 and then 20 as well. In Wainwright heading over into Saskatchewan, you have 19 and 18 largely as the temperatures, including in Green Lake and Meadow Lake, 18 out in St. Walburg, 19 in both North Battleford and in Maidstone. As always, a little bit warmer the further south you get in the region. Lloydminster 3-day forecast here. 24 and 11 is the expected for tomorrow, and the chance of precipitation has gone down drastically, which is great news for Friday. Not so great news, there's still a chance of rain on Sunday, possibly even thunder showers, so there is a watch still in effect for that day. However, at +25 and 13 for the low, it should be a relatively warm Saturday afternoon and evening regardless, and the wind will be relatively calm. 23 and 15 on Sunday, where there is expected to still be a thunder shower there, and we'll have more, including the 7-day forecast, later on Primetime Local News.
Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Welcome back. Well, a local company is helping businesses keep their employees safe. Since 2012, Index NDT has been ensuring safety at work sites specializing in steel inspection. Eric Bay has more on the Lloydminster business in this week's BioClean Business Bio.
Inspecting everything involving steel, from downhole tools to mobile cranes, Index NDT ensures workers have a safe environment to work in.
Like, safety as a whole doesn't really mean much unless you're putting it into action within your company, within your business. So people calling us is one of the first steps to making sure that their equipment that's made of metal is operating safely.
Making sure everything is in working order in a timely manner is Index NDT's focus, as most of their work involves yearly inspections.
We come in there, we inspect it, we do a thorough checklist, and then we have our engineers review our work, and that's the general idea, to keep the equipment compliant annually. Most of it is annually.
Cole says that the community's support has been huge for him and his company.
I'll just say that Lloydminster has been just awesome. Like, the local business owners, the local people as a whole. I've been here since '04, and you know, it's just been a great place to live.
More on Index NDT can be found at their website. And that's this week's BioClean Business Bio.
Business Bio, brought to you by BioClean. Call the Bio Team, 1-833-246-8326. The Disaster Specialists.
And now we're going to take a look at your stock market prices for today.
We restore more than just property. We restore hope. When disaster strikes, call the one that can make it right. First General Services, your property restoration experts.
Welcome back. Well, China's ban on meat imports from Canada is still ongoing, and Eric Bay takes a look at its effect on Canadian beef producers in this week's Ag Report.
While Canada works to repair trade with China, beef producers are feeling the strain, seeing a softer market for their product over the last few weeks.
Well, you know, we've seen a softening in the cash price on cattle. Anytime that you give a buyer leverage, which this does, they're going to take advantage of it. It hasn't been a huge swing, but it has been a swing.
Beef producers are looking for other markets to expand into while the trade issue is being resolved.
While it's an important part of our export, it's not a huge part. In the first quarter of 2019, it was about 6% of our exports. So what we're always trying to expand other markets, and we'll definitely be doing that to try and absorb the meat that would have gone into China.
The Alberta beef producers are hoping the government will help them find other markets for the beef that is left over from the hole that has been left in their exports by China.
We have requested support in marketing, broadening markets and perhaps research to do so in, going forward. So a more broader scope of support, so more long-term and what we feel be more beneficial support for the industry going forward.
Meat that was previously packaged for China will have to be repackaged for a different market. Eric Bay, Primetime Local News.
This Ag Report is brought to you by the Lloydminster Co-op Agro Center. Depend on them for product, tools, and expert advice. Shop at your local Lloyd Co-op Agro Center with branch locations in Lashburn and Neilburg.
Well, hail has struck many farming communities in southern Saskatchewan during the past few days. Wyston area farmer Norm McIntyre says crops around his farm were pounded by pea to marble-size hail Monday morning. He says some crops may recover, but earlier drought and hail have taken a toll. Environment Canada says Bangor had baseball-size hail. Several other communities had golf ball-size hail, including Crane Valley, Ormston, Willow Bunch, and Val Marie. And that's all for Ag. Sports is next, but first, here's a look at your Ag prices.
We're a part of less than 5% of Canadian auto body shops and Lloydminster's only locations with certified collision care recognition at City Centre Auto Body.
It was do or die for the Lloydminster Twins last night as the team faced elimination after a 9-3 loss in Game 1 to the Macklin Lakers. The three-game series shifted to Lloydminster for Game 2 in what the Twins hoped wouldn't be their last. The Twins sported a 5-1 lead early in the game, but a blow-up 5-run inning for the Lakers would be the ultimate difference as the Lakers held on to carry a 6-5 score into the bottom of the 7th and eventually go on to win. The back-to-back wins marks the first time Macklin has won a playoff series in the team's history, and the erasing a 4-run deficit late in the game speaks volumes to the team's durability. Tyler Byer came in to close the game out in the late innings and was greeted quite well post-game after a shutdown performance.
How's that feel? That's cold. That's real cold. Never giving up. We might be down in a game like tonight. We were down 5-1. Never giving up. Always going out there giving it 110% every time we go on the field and just backing everybody up. One guy has a bad play and we're always there to back him up and make sure he has support.
Our pitching's been good all year long. In Game 1, our starting pitcher, he's been good all year long. And I mean, our pitching's been dominant in my mind all year long. But I think what it is just when we get down, we don't get down and stay down. We have that mindset to get back up.
The second round of playoffs won't begin until late next week, and the Lakers will have some time before knowing who they'll play, depending on the outcome of 2 other series. As for the Twins, they make an early round exit this year after going to the league championship last season. And now we're going to Eric Bay, who is live on location.
Once again, we are back here now at Colonial Days, continuing our coverage, and I'm joined now by Selena Sylvester of the Raptors Show with a little guest here as well. So first off, can you just talk a little bit about the show itself and who you guys are?
For sure. So we're from the Raptors, a bird of prey and you can't eat that. Falconry organization on Vancouver Island, where we do lots of free flying demonstrations. So here at the fair, you're going to have the birds flying right over your heads. You might even get a feather brush as they're flying. And as they are flying free, anything can and will happen. Each flying demonstration is different. We're doing 3 demos a day right now at 3:30, 5 o'clock, and 7:30. And we'll also be out and about with the birds, so make sure you come by and say hello to check them out.
No, definitely sounds like a lot of fun, and as we mentioned, you do have the guest here who did just try to eat my microphone. So can you just introduce us to him or her and tell us a little bit about him?
For sure. This is Jury. She is our lovely turkey vulture, and she is very curious and very playful, hence why she was checking out your microphone. And we're starting to see their populations increase here in Saskatchewan year after year, in the spring and in the summer, but they do migrate south for the winter. Hi, lovely. And they're very important birds to have around, as they are our cleanup crew eating carrion.
No, super cool for sure. Now, obviously, you're bird handle and trained for this. So, what's it kind of like to work with these different birds all day and do something that many other people might not necessarily get a chance to do?
It's pretty unique, and I definitely feel very blessed to be working together with them. It is like a partnership. It's like working with your best friend, especially because we're all living in a hotel room together. So you get pretty close to them pretty quickly and spend lots of time together building that partnership.
Definitely probably a very interesting roommate. Well, thank you for doing this, and have fun here the rest of the way.
Thank you so much, and definitely come check us out if you have time.
All right, for sure. We are going to have some more back from here at Colonial Days as we continue our coverage here throughout the week. But first, we're going to go back into the studio.
One cool looking bird over there. As you can see by this map, things cooling down pretty quickly over the next couple of hours. Fortunately, the sky is going to clear up right around 8 or 9 here, so we're going to have a fairly sunny evening despite some of the wind that still keeps things a little bit cooler. Things right back up into the 20s tomorrow. There could be a scare of rain in the afternoon, but more of a summer afternoon day, definitely the weather that Colonial Days wants, and it'll be right up to about the average temperature for early July, mid-July in Lloydminster. Current temperatures, we're going to look north momentarily where they have enjoyed a warmer summer thus far. 24 in both Grand Prairie and Peace River right now, 27 up in High Level and 22 in Fort McMurray. A little bit cooler on the Sask side with South End at 19 degrees as well as Wollaston Lake and Flin Flon sitting at 15 degrees. In South Alberta and Saskatchewan, it's also pretty warm. 27 in Lethbridge, 26 in Medicine Hat, 22 in Calgary. And you go out east to Saskatchewan, Estevan sitting along the border also at 27 degrees, 25 out in Moose Jaw. Now, our region at the moment, we have 19 in Vegreville, 20 in Edmonton. It's also 19 up in St. Paul, and it gets warmer the further north you go. Lac La Biche sitting at 21 degrees. Pierceland at 20, 20 in Meadow Lake, 19 in Green Lake, 21 up in Isla Cross, and then a little bit cooler further south, so 18 in both Maidstone and St. Walburg, 19 in North Battleford, and things should remain that way for at least another hour or so. There has been a little bit of precipitation in the area. Things should start to clear up at least by 9 o'clock, and expected to be a fairly clear sky overnight. The low of 10, wind coming out of the west-northwest in that region. 26 degrees is the expected high tomorrow, and very little cloud cover. Lots of sun on the way with west-southwest winds around 8 or 9 kilometers. So fairly calm winds. Should be a warm afternoon in North Battleford if there's no further developments. 19 in Cold Lake, where it's still relatively sunny. They'll have a very clear sky tonight from the expected forecast. Southwest winds will continue on tomorrow, but those will pick up a little bit, around 15 kilometers or so, where they have a high of 24 on the way around 4 or 5 o'clock. Now here in Lloydminster, we're at 19 degrees, and it's already started to clear up a bit. Should be fully cleared off around 8 o'clock. Definitely better weather than what was expected for Colonial Days. West-northwest winds will shift to west-southwest over the next couple of days. 11 is the overnight low there with a little bit of cloud and some more cloud tomorrow, but we do have a chance of a shower headed into the afternoon. So right around 1 or 2 o'clock, we could get an outside chance of some rain falling with winds coming out of the west-southwest tomorrow. Then on Saturday, a larger chance of rain at 40%, maybe even some thunder showers on Sunday. 25 is the expected high for Saturday, 23 for Sunday, then 22 on Monday, where there could be some showers, but largely just expected to be heavy cloud cover. 23 on Tuesday, 24 on Wednesday, and to finish off your 7 days, 20 on Thursday with a low of 14 and largely sunny skies.
We are out at the grandstand at Colonial Days, and I'm pleased to be joined by Al Harlow from Prism. Al, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and welcome to Lloydminster.
Well, thank you, Stacey. It's good to be back among friends.
Yeah, and when was the last time you were here? Do you recall?
Well, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And a storm came and blew
that's
down
right,
the stage,
yes,
so
yeah.
we haven't played. Someone said we played here 2 years ago. I said, no, we actually didn't play here 2 years ago. We tried.
Well, fingers crossed for better luck tonight.
Yes, indeed.
Let's talk about what's going to happen at the show when people come here. All the classics, is there some new stuff mixed into, or?
Well, we throw in a little surprise here, and
Yeah.
and a couple of moments and performances, but
Yep.
essentially it's Prism's greatest hits.
Right. Now, what's it like? Is it still exciting for you to see people singing along to your songs when you're, they're up right at the front of the stage and they got to be there, they're excited, and you know?
Sure. The novelty never wears off. Yeah, it's just like and each night too. The songs are kind of slightly reinterpreted, the solo might be a little bit different, and it's for real.
Yeah. And just coming to a small venue like this, it's an honor for a lot of the fans here who don't usually ever get to see you, and huge fans of classic rock. So what's it like in a smaller, intimate venue where they can get right up close to you? Is that cool for you still?
Oh,
or?
it's very cool. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Obviously some of the bigger stadiums and stuff, it's like a
a maze.
watching a movie back and
Yeah.
forth. But yeah, when you get up close and you can see people reacting and so forth, and then you got to really be, you have to really be articulate in the playing too.
Right.
It's a finer brush stroke,
Right.
Like you're reaching the back row is not the same thing.
Now, can I ask you to pick a favorite Prism song, or is that too tough to do?
Oh, for me to
For
do so?
you, yes. Is there one that you really enjoy playing still after all these years that's really top of the list, or is it too hard to choose?
Well, I do love them all. Yeah, some of them sort of bring back good memories of writing them or recording them. I like Young and Restless.
Yep.
That's a fave of mine. I like Take Me Away.
Right.
Because I wrote it for the band specifically, and yeah, it's just ask me tomorrow and it'll be different.
Right. All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
and good luck on the show tonight. Everybody's just so excited that you're here, so we're happy to have you.
Well, thank you, and thank you, Lloydminster, for everything. It's fantastic.
Now we're going to Eric Bay, who is live on location.
Once again, we are back here at Colonial Days, where we've been spending the last couple days here. It is day 2 now. I'm joined once again by Selena Sylvester of the Raptors Show, and you have somebody else here now, so can you tell us who this is?
This is Elton. She is our spectacled owl. She's a non-native species, but she has been hatched and raised in Canada. I love they're native to South and Central America, where they hunt fairly large prey. You can see she has very strong talons there. She loves to hunt things like sloths and monkeys and land crabs, as well as go fishing. And she will be part of our free flight demonstrations at 3:30, 5 o'clock, and 7:30.
Oh, definitely should be pretty impressive. And now we have talked about a few of these birds you have brought out here, but what are some of the other birds you guys do have as well?
So we have a team of 4 birds that are part of our flying demonstrations. We have Elton, our spectacled owl, who you're meeting now, Jury, our turkey vulture, who we met earlier. We also have our Harris hawk, Tawari, and Kessie, our American kestrel, who is very popular when she comes out.
Oh, I bet. I did see her earlier, and definitely pretty cute. And now I know obviously you've done this for quite a long time. So what would you say if people were going to come and check this out, what they actually have to come and see, the best part of the show, if there is a best part?
The best part of the show that I think changes it for people is just how close the birds get. They really do brush your hair, or you will get a nice breeze from them flying right over you. We love to get the people up close and personal to the birds so you can get to know them. Even right now she's close to you, you can see the details in her eyes. It really changes your view on raptors being up nice and close.
It's kind of scaring me, honestly, a little bit of stare down that close for sure, but definitely pretty cool, and you do seem to have a great take on things. So once again, thank you for showing me this, and again, coming out here and doing this for us.
For sure. Thank you so much, and I really hope that you come and join us out here and watch a few of our flying demonstrations. We're here for the whole time of Colonial Days.
All right, for sure, definitely will try once I do get off work. We are going to have some more from back here at Colonial Days, talking about all that they do have going on, including this Raptor show that you have just seen here, and now we're going to go back into the studio.
we're going to have to go check out that bird show.
Yeah.
Those things look cool. I was hoping you would actually just ask the owl a question because it seemed like it was ready to chime in with something in bird language.
I would have loved to hold the owl. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I've never gotten to do that actually.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, do you wonder if they've got requirements? We can ask if we go down.
Well, you only need that big glove. I've seen people hold birds before.
Yeah?
At shows. You just have to wear that giant glove that they have, so you know their talons don't rip your skin off.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, folks, down at the Colonial Days, my arm's ready. So
Yeah.
whenever we can get this set up, let's do this. Before we get down to business, though, a couple of comments that we had in the question of the day section. So a question of the day, for those who don't remember, which was, what is your favorite memory from the fair as a kid? You know, so whether it's Colonial Days or another fair that you've gone to. And Amy Lemire's memory was meeting her spouse.
Oh,
so
nice.
she actually, as a youngster, met her future spouse at Colonial Days. That's a pretty cool, good endorsement.
Yeah.
Meet the love of your life right there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good, you know, you could say, I like this because, well, it made my marriage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool and
In
special.
fact, that should be their commercial. So Colonial Days, setting you up for the rest of your life.
Yes, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. And now we won't be able to do that for you, unfortunately, though we do provide you some entertainment. What we can do right now is delve into Pet Pad and Pet of the Day. So nothing is quite as cool as that owl, but we got some pretty cute animals on display here. Belinda's got the first submission here, Juno.
I love the mid shake, how his head is kind of tilted and his eye, yeah. Everything's very cute.
Yeah, we should clarify. That's not some crazy eye. Juno's just
shaking
in the middle of shaking. So
yeah.
that's just a dog look. It's not crazy eyes. Lucy is, I guess, had too much. Didn't want to hang out in the heat on the beach, so need to hang out in the
Yeah, just needed to cool
shade.
down a little bit, but very, very adorable. Very beautiful dog.
Yeah, thank you, Kristen, for that submission. Rerun.
Now this is just the cutest dog I've ever seen.
So Rerun looks like they're ready to go for a hike. That was Emma with the submission.
Very adorable.
And Bronx is definitely not the hiker. In fact, Bronx looks like a napper. That's Evan's dog.
But very, very cute dog.
And of course, let's finish with a Pokemon reference. Bulbasaur can't decide if the sun or the shade is the preferred spot, so trying out both at the same time.
Half and half, you know, have half of his body cold, half of his body warm. Perfect mixture.
Then you have to switch it up at some point, of course. Jamie, thank you for that submission. And thank everyone who submits their pictures every week. Don't forget, you have to provide as well the name of the pet if you want to have a chance to win that free gift card.
We want to see your pet. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
We are at Colonial Days tonight, and it's night number 2 at the grandstand. I'm pleased to be joined by Nick Gilder. Nick, welcome to Lloydminster. You said it's been a while since you've been here.
Yes, it's been maybe 10 years
Yeah?
since we've been here. Maybe not quite that long, but just about, I think.
Well,
and it's great to be back.
Yeah, we're glad to have you back, and I want to know about the show tonight. Tell me what, when the fans are coming out, what are they going to do here this evening?
We're going to play the radio records,
Right.
of course. You know, it just wouldn't be the show without playing the radio records. And you know, some fave songs, a couple of fave songs. I think we're going to squeeze in there, and a couple of new songs.
Maybe squeeze in Roxy Roller?
Oh, we would definitely squeeze in Roxy Roller. Yeah, that's a highlight for sure.
Right, right.
The big news this year, for me
Yeah.
in particular, is my induction into the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame.
That is amazing. And I was going to
So we're going to play Hot Child of the City.
Well, there you
And I might
imagine.
even mention it. You know?
Well, and I was looking to it. I didn't realize until I had done some research that you actually had co-written another huge 80s hit for Scandal, The Warrior.
The Warrior, yes, we're going to play that tonight as well. We're going
Wow.
to play the radio song.
Well, that is going to be a treat to hear that too.
Oh,
so
great. It's a fun thing. We get an audience participation thing
Yeah.
going. I still love doing this, you know. While I can still do it, I'm going to do it,
Well,
Stacey.
you might as well, right?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I'd rather do in my summers, you know.
Are you ever surprised by the reaction in the crowd as far as, especially the ages go? Are you seeing, because your music is really across genres from the 80s to now, are you surprised when you see, you know, maybe some teenagers singing along to your song and then some,
totally.
you know, maybe their parents with them?
Really, that is actually really true. It's at least
Yeah.
2 generations, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm aging myself. Yeah, they know the words, you know, the young people, which is fantastic. I guess they hear their parents playing it on the radio station, and so they learnt the songs.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. What's the key, Nick, to
It's in
success?
the key of E.
No. Okay, so but
Both
the key
songs
to
were
success.
in the key of E.
That's the key to success. Then is writing songs in the key of E. To keep going for as long as you have.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
When we started, it was all brand new, right? So
and no streaming
and
or
there
anything
was-
like that. So.
yeah, it was different time.
And no
but-
internet, so people didn't even really know what you looked like unless you were on the cover of the album or came to the shows,
That's
right?
right. Yeah. We built a following. You know, that was possible to do that because there was so many nightclubs and bars and things, and we played every nook and cranny that we could play back in the day. You know, and gradually built something.
Yep.
And it led to being able to come here after all these years, Stacey.
Right.
Wow, isn't that great? You know, just on a beautiful sunny day.
And what's it like for you to be asked all over Canada still? To people come and they know your name and they say hello and they want to sing your songs and they want pictures with you and you
It's
know?
exciting still.
Yeah.
Heartwarming, I think. It's it ties us together in a way.
Yeah.
That is I think really it's meaningful to me, and it seems to be really meaningful to other people as well.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that they know the words, I think, is there's a bonding thing there that happens. You know, so we have a great time together, and it's kind of. It's sort of reminiscing, but it's more than reminiscing because it's tying people together in some way.
Right. And now you started your career with Sweeney Todd.
I hope you don't mind me putting
No,
this back.
that's
Just
fine, yes.
bright out.
You started
Bit
your
of a night
career-
owl.
The Sweeney Todd and there's obviously the mention of Bryan Adams at one point in there.
Yes,
with
Brian
him.
sang in the band for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. Are you still
and
in
then
touch with him or you
pursued
work
us-
with him?
Oh yeah, we're Facebook friends as
Right,
well, you
right.
know. So we do stay in touch as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
It's all over the world, you know.
And any plans for the future now for you releasing more material? And
Yeah, we're doing that this year.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been writing some new songs, and I think we're going to get in and get that recorded
Okay.
really soon.
Yeah.
We're going to play at least one tonight.
Perfect.
That I think is way personally, you know, little prejudice,
Right.
bias or whatever the word is.
Yeah.
you know.
And are you
But
still
it's a cool one.
writing for other people as well too, or are you kind of just down to yourself and your own music now?
Mostly concentrating on this effort, but I think I might start doing more of that.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to get the catalog of songs I've collected
Right.
over the years placed as well.
Yeah, still lots of time.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, Nick, I want to thank you so much. It
Well,
was a
thank
pleasure
you.
to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
Thank you, dear.
And we hope that everybody comes out to your show tonight.
Oh, yeah,
So
great.
come out to the grandstand.
Looks like we got a good day for it.
Yeah, weather holds out, should be good.
Yeah.
Thank you again so much. We much
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Stacey. Thank you.
Colonial Days is here, and my goodness, are you ever going to be busy when you come out to the Lloyd X and take in the fair? Tonight, it's Monsters and Mayhem. Yes, they've got monster trucks here. The family's going to love that. Coming up tomorrow night, they have got the Canadian Heritage Classic Bikes and Bulls. The Demolition Derby, it's always popular at Colonial Days. That is back this Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Plus, you've got great agriculture shows to check out, including on Saturday, the Miniature Horse Show. There's going to be threshing demonstrations. Make sure you check out the Midway, the Kids Zone. The Ernestine Hatpin Show is going to be a part of that. There is so much to do at the fair. We hope to see you out at the Lloyd X. And for more details, go online, LloydEXH.com. Coming up on Tuesday night, you've got an opportunity to see some great live music here in Lloydminster. The Ammon Rood, super talented group, they're out on tour and they're making a stop here in the border city along with Angela Prim. If you want to check out this great show, it's going to be at Southridge Community Church. The show gets underway at 7 o'clock. The doors will open at 6:30, so you're welcome to head out and take in some great live music coming up on Tuesday night. Stop by the 150 Pub and Eatery tonight at Colonial Days and you'll get to see the Dirt Rich Band. Great local group, and they've got a really busy summer lined up, including being part of the 10th annual Paradise Hill Summer Bash coming up on Saturday, August the 10th. The Dirt Rich Band will be opening up for Brett Kissel. Get your tickets now so you don't miss out. You can get your tickets at Paradise Hill Ranch in Western Ware. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Klages, and that's what's happening.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Today I'm joined here with Dr. Neki Jamal, and today we're going to be talking about how kids and even adults can maintain their oral health during the summer, because we all know that our routine gets all out of whack. We are not waking up at the same time, we're going to bed at the same time, and the excitement of, especially as a kid, being able to play and go have treats and stuff, kind of the brushing the teeth and flossing kind of goes out the window.
Totally, yeah.
So thank you for coming in
it's good.
and chatting about this. And so what's the biggest thing that you've noticed in kids or even adults during the summer when they come in for a checkup?
Well, it's not just a break from school, it's a break from everything. Like, I find a lot of people aren't brushing their teeth, and everyone's kind of habits kind of, fall back to the wayside, and everyone gets out of their habits, and we need to, discourage that and make sure everyone maintains their healthy mouth.
And so during the morning and stuff like that, they're waking up at a different time and they're rushing to go outside, and so they typically, sometimes will forget to do that. But, why is it important that, even though it's summer and you're waking up at a different time, why it's still important to have that routine in the morning?
Yeah, it's I find during summer everyone kind of eats not the healthiest food. There's tend to be a lot more sugar intake. We do see a lot more cavities in the fall because of all the sugar intake in the summer, like whether it be from Slurpees or candy. The drop in oral hygiene, of course, has a huge role to play in it. And I really want to stress the fact that it's okay to eat candy. I eat candy. It's all good, but we need to eat candy in moderation. We don't need to be eating big movie theater sized bags of M&Ms every day. Like we can eat some candy, but we can brush our teeth and keep it all healthy and clean as well.
And do you see the same thing in kind of, maybe not as much, but in the same thing with adults as well?
Yeah, everyone goes to the lake in the summer. Sometimes their toothbrush doesn't make it with them. And it's unfortunate, but we just need to make everyone aware that teeth don't discriminate seasons, and you're still going to get cavities. So we just want to make sure everyone's still brushing and eating healthy.
And obviously brushing is the most important thing to do, but are there any substitutes that people can do if they, are in a rush or they, kind of forget to brush?
Absolutely. Even just after you eat something sugary or drink pop or juice, just rinsing your mouth out with water and getting that sugar out of your mouth plays a huge difference. And it can really help prevent cavities, just not having as much sugar in your mouth for a long period of time.
And for kids, what would you recommend they do, like mouthwash or, different ways that even if they're outside playing and they realize, oh, I didn't brush my teeth and I just had a bunch of junk food. What's something that they can do to prevent, all those cavities besides if they don't brush or anything?
Well, you're kind of stuck. It's coming down to just brushing in the morning, at night. You gotta get some floss between your teeth because the toothbrush doesn't get in between your teeth, and we don't want cavities to start there. It comes down to eating healthy food, substituting sometimes drinking water instead of a whole can of pop. We just have to be conscious that just because it's summer doesn't mean that we're immune to getting cavities, and we have to always remember that.
And we've talked about the morning. What about at night? Sometimes there's campfires and s'mores and then they fall asleep and they're just put to bed. What's something that they could maybe do instead of just, going from the campfire to s'mores to bed?
I think you just have to make it a priority. And you have to incorporate brushing, because if you eat all day and you have sugar in your mouth right before you go to sleep, you're going to get cavities. And of course, we try to promote healthy mouths, healthy bodies, and you just have to brush those teeth, and you just have to do your best and choose healthier foods. And it's not just for your teeth; it's for you as a person.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in and explaining this. I think it's really important that people don't maybe always realize that. I know I'm a culprit in that area sometimes, but it's really important that people understand that brushing is actually, it's the difference between 4 cavities and none.
Totally.
So
brushing makes a difference.
Yes, so thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Once again, we are back out here now for our second day of covering the Colonial Days Fair going on down here at the Lloyd X grounds, and that weather has held up wonderfully. The sun is still shining. We've had some good days to check out everything that's been going on around here, including some of those events. We did just check out the threshing machine. That will be firing up here in just about half an hour. And again, pretty cool story behind that. It was involved in breaking a Guinness World Record over in Manitoba, and pretty cool to see how those farmers did stuff way back 70, 80 years ago. We also checked out a bunch of animals today. We did have that raptor show in the first hour, and that will be a cool thing to check out too. Those birds will be going right overhead, and they did say that you might be getting a little bit of that air conditioning from their wings, or even a rustle of those feathers on your hair. And we also did check out the Extreme Dog Show. That's going on a few times here throughout the next couple of days, and should be a ton of fun to check out. It was pretty packed, so you definitely want to get there early, come out and check it out. So we're going to have a little bit more from back here tomorrow night as we do come back and finish the week off here at Colonial Days. But first, we're going to go back into the studio where Josh and Abby are going to wrap up tonight's newscast.
And we're going to start with one more look at the 7-day forecast. 24 tomorrow with a low of 11, then 25 on Saturday and 23 Sunday. Unfortunately, still a chance of rain for those 2 days. 22 Monday, 23 Tuesday, 24 Wednesday, and 20 to finish off the 7-day. Now, we got to see a couple of things that are worth checking out, certainly at Colonial Days. Which of the birds are you most excited to see? Because that's the one I found most fascinating anyway.
Probably the owls, because I think they're just super cool birds, and there's really no other bird like owls who can turn their head so far around, and so probably them. Yeah.
They're really the only thing that they turn their head around and it doesn't freak you out. Like,
no,
you know,
because it's natural, you know.
Dolls and movies freak you out every time that happens, but owls, it's like, oh, that's cute.
Well, the difference is owls are living and dolls are inanimate objects, so if your doll's head is moving, you should probably throw it out or leave.
Now, that's a valid point.
Yeah.
But even just to go further with the animals thing, cats can almost do that. Kind of freaky when cats do that. It's not that cute.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely more flexible than most, you know, pets like dogs or anything. But they have, like, I think their spine is inverted or something like that. So they're able to do that. It would be kind of cool if they could spin it as far as owls. So.
I don't think that's cool. It still freaks me out. We'll see if you get to check out that owl this week. One more show tomorrow night. Thanks for enjoying, folks.